The Broncos have a bit of a change at the head coach position, and CU is looking to take on a big matchup this weekend. This is your Denver Sports Daily for November 14th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
Broncos assistant head coach Mike Westhoff has stepped down from his position after citing a potential health issue. Westhoff came out of retirement to work with Sean Payton once again for the past year and a half after doing the same thing he did with Payton back in New Orleans. He said, "It's not easy to make this decision, but it was a wake-up call that I needed to put my health first." And Westhoff told that to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. The Broncos are getting ready to take on the Atlanta Falcons this weekend in this Sunday's game. It is a must-win. They need to get back on track after 2 straight losses, and if they want to win, they're going to have to be, stout. They're going to have to come out exactly how they did in those past games when they went on that win streak and then when they just dominated, especially on the defensive side. Atlanta's been rolling. I think that Kirk Cousins has been a great part of that team and made them a much better team all around. So the Broncos are going to need to look extremely stout and extremely, strong, going through all the motions that they did when they were winning games. And after those back-to-back losses against the Ravens and the Chiefs, there's a lot of, maybe people not taking them as serious anymore. And they need to be looked at as a playoff team. And they are still, they have playoff hopes. But what they need to do is win games like this that are tougher and that prove that they can be a playoff team and succeed, going away or at home. They need to win games like this, especially with Atlanta coming in 2 Mile High. They got to win this game. So with this coaching change, there's going to be maybe some movement, but it shouldn't affect the team too much because Westhoff was also working with the special teams a lot. So hopefully, they kind of get it back together. And with the special teams that we saw last week, maybe there are some changes. That left side of the field goal unit was terrible. Maybe there's some changes that come in. Hopefully there are. I'm going to be looking at it. I'm going to be watching because after, all season, if you've been watching the film on that, they were getting demolished on that left side of that field goal unit. So we'll see if that kind of changes this week. Now, moving on, Aaron Gordon has missed the past 3 games after suffering a calf strain early in a game last week against the Toronto Raptors and is now sitting out for the road trip coming up this weekend. For the next 3 games, he'll be sitting out after he's missed the past 3. Now, Gordon returned to practice yesterday, but there's still no definite timeline for his return. And he's been playing at a high level so far, averaging 55% from the three-point line. Luckily, the Nuggets have been able to manage his absence, going 3-0 in the games that he hasn't been starting. Peyton Watson has really stepped up. That's exactly what you want to see from a young guy like him. Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, Julian Strawther, as I said before the season started, those 3 are the X factors. Those 3 are going to make the most impact. And with Aaron Gordon coming out, it has shown that Peyton Watson can be one of those players that will make an extreme difference for this team. We've seen him make 2 clutch blocks. I'm going to count that one against Kyrie. That's a clutch block. And then that one against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the best plays I've seen from him in his career. He has been showing up and showed that even with Gordon out, we're still winning games. We're still playing a high level defensively. We're still hitting threes, which Gordon has been doing very well so far this season. And we have overall, like I said earlier, winning games. That is what matters here. And Peyton Watson's doing that. He is helping with that. So very glad to see that even with an absence like this, we can come back, or they can come back and, be able to win games like that. Now, moving on, Travis Hunter has finally claimed the top spot in the Heisman Trophy odds. Hunter passed Oregon's Dylan Gabriel and Boise's Ashton Genty, who is a very heavy favorite for most of the season. Now, this is the first time Hunter has solely claimed the first spot. He was tied with Cam Ward last week, but he's basically shoe-in now. Like, I don't want to say it too early, but he has such high odds now. Like, he's so high on the list that it's very, very unlikely that anybody else is going to take that spot away from him. Shedeur Sanders also is in that top 10, coming in at the 8th place within the odds total. But I don't know if he's going to have as high of a chance. I think he'll probably stay around 8. Shedeur has looked incredible this season, has cemented himself as, I believe, a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. But, it's been said so many times, Travis Hunter's playing at the highest level, and not only the highest level, on both sides of the field. He's playing both sides of the field, and there has never been a time that I can remember where I've seen a two-way player play as well as Travis Hunter. He's doing amazing. He's doing amazing things that have never been done before in college football with his play. So I would be very surprised if he doesn't win the Heisman. Ashton Genty is still that kind of guy that I'm worried about. And Cam Ward has kind of fallen off, but he's very dangerous as well. But Travis Hunter is playing at such a high level. I would be shocked if he doesn't win it. Now, CU is getting ready to play Utah this weekend. CU plays Utah this Saturday at 10 a.m. in another Big 12 matchup that they will have to win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. They have to win out if they want to keep those playoff hopes alive. I'm still all in. I think they can win out. The one thing that may be hard for them is the BYU matchup. If we can win, or if they can win all these games, the BYU matchup in the Big 12 championship will be the hardest matchup of their year so far. But my hopes are still alive, just along with the CU playoff hopes. Utah will also start their freshman QB, Isaac Wilson, who is the brother of Broncos QB Zach Wilson. So he will most likely, I would assume, make an appearance. That would be fun to see. It will be crucial, though, that the Buffs don't fall into the trap game. Utah was projected to win the Big 12 at the beginning of the season. They were projected to do amazing things, but they have fallen off the bandwagon. They haven't had anything close to the success they were expecting, which is exactly why they can't fall into a trap game. There are these teams that are expected to do well and then don't do as well. And it's games like this against teams like CU, where CU has the biggest target on their back out of any college team in FBS right now because of how much media attention they get, because of the players that they have. There is so much attention drawn to this team. Teams like Utah are going to be like, okay, here's where we make a stand. Here's where we show up. And here's where we want to play how we were supposed to play this season. So I think it's going to be closer than what it seems like. It should be closer than what it seems like if Utah wants to actually play well. But CU just needs to go out there and dominate as they have been this whole season. Now, the Colorado Avalanche took down the LA Kings 4-2 on the back of two impressive performances. And if you watched that game last night, wow, what a game for both Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon showed up. They both showed up in the home W. Rantanen got a hat trick, recording 3 goals to go along with 1 assist. And that 1 assist goes along with McKinnon's 3 assists. Incredible numbers from both of those players. Now, the Avs improved to 9-8, and their next game is tomorrow against the Washington Capitals. And I did see that Jonathan Drouin has been activated off of IR too. So with a positive record now and the back of a 3-goal and 1 assist game and a 3-assist game, wow, the Avs are looking hot. They're looking to kind of build up some momentum right now, and I think they can. They should. They will. And, there's still talks of Gabe Landeskog. Will he come back full steam? Will he be able to make an impact like he did in the past? I think that he will. And I said it yesterday. What he does is more than what he does for the team is more than what he does on the ice. There's such a morale thing to go along with a player like Gabe Landeskog. He is one of those glue guys, and more than a glue guy, he's one of the glue guys that, actually impacts the game every time he's on the ice. Very excited to see what this team will do when he comes back, especially with players like Mikko and Nathan going off. Now, that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today. I will be back with you guys again tomorrow. It's been so much fun hanging out with you guys. But I will see you guys all there tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.